Hey there, so for starters, my name is Keith Rose. I'm currently 19 years old and I have been interested in game productions for a few years now, but really it was only last year where I actually took the time to focus on making a few games of my own, and this video is just going to be me showing them off, along with a couple of design cues or design keys on screen, just explaining what I look to implement, fine-tune, and even include in future video games and even interactive experiences. So to start, basically, here's a clip from the trailer of my first ever video game, and go on from there. Okay, so pausing it here, I'm gonna go back in time and actually show the original work in progress footage. This is really to show what the game was based off of and kind of include some design notes on screen explaining things. Okay, so that's enough of that. I'm gonna show the second part of the official trailer, and you can see the exact mess I made. Okay, so Afterthoughts is it's a mess. I rushed it because Steam Greenlight was being taken offline and I wanted to get it out there. There was no pre-production. Everything was kind of just done as it was being done. It needs polish work. There were a lot of features that did not get implemented in, just out of lack of know-how and lack of experience and time. Again, everything was rushed just to meet that cutoff date, a cutoff date that no one really knew. Shockingly though, it did get greenlit by Valve when they transferred everything over to Steam Direct. They probably didn't want to give me $100 back, but I'm happy I made it. The game is on Steamworks and it will be released under a different title. It's currently under some much needed development to make it more than half the title. So my next game, I would have a couple different goals. Really, one was to have a lesser scope. There was no rush to actually get it done. I would use that game to actually learn Blender because somehow I made that first one without really touching it. I would have a little bit more time to feel up the engine a little bit more, kind of learn it better. And I will understand a game needs to budget on its resources. That was an issue with the first game. Outside of that, basically improve my coding skills, or at least with blueprints, and also pay a little bit more attention to the, I guess, minute details of game design. So Intruder wasn't meant to really be anything outside of just a prototype, internal prototype, just to learn from. I think it needs a tutorial section, and I think it also needs better lighting outside of just a flashlight. It could have used a little more backstory, or maybe a little bit more context, maybe sprinkle in a little bit more detail in the environment to give it some, I guess, world building elements. It was probably this project where I realized I didn't like graphic programming, and it's probably best for someone more specialized in that area to do that type of work. In the end, I did get to do exactly kind of what I wanted to do making this game. I got to optimize the code better, it's more efficient, I'm much more familiar with the engine. I'm really happy I made the game. So the last game I made, I basically just had a plan to lower the scope so small that I could possibly ship it. I felt I knew enough information about the engine and my own expertise and skills to basically find a target audience I can actually ship a game for. Regardless if I hit it or not, I just wanted to ship out a game. And yeah, that was the last game I had made and actually shown and released to, I guess, the public eye. There's a bunch of new things I had learned just from shipping that one game, especially given that it was a different platform. I'm gonna just list them up on screen. It's kind of too many to just go over. Regardless of how it turned out and however many downloads it got, it's one thing to make a game, it's another thing to make a game and actually ship it out. I think all my games need some sort of polish work, and I feel like that will never ever change. You can never polish a game enough. But given what I knew and what I wanted to do with this game, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, easily. I feel like there's not much I can say outside of that. So yeah, that's all I'm really going to be showing off for this video. On screen now should be a couple of games I have in development, either in the pre-production stage or prototyping stage. Some are more ambitious than others, but it is what it is. If you're interested in helping or supporting or just want to ask questions, feel free to hit me up on any of the platforms on screen right about now. But yeah, until I'm willing to show more and until more is written, until next time.